Hello again everybody, I hope you're all well, and I actually did intend this to be a mystery box unveiling today, but similar to last month, I have made the purchase, and it seems like they have neglected to ship my goods. Now I appreciate there are some mail strikes going on in the UK, but you kind of have to ship it before it reaches that mail strike point, and there is delays, so who knows what's going on there. Maybe we'll have to change the supplier going forward into the new year. However, luckily I still have quite a few shirts to open, so why not grab one of these that comes in this wonderful Jiffy bag. And yes, we have a brand new country to the collection, which is always fun for me because I get to add something special. And secondly, we get to figure out whether or not we're all familiar or we have absolutely no idea who the club is. So let's get this one open and we shall see what we have. Okay, I feel like they really pushed the limits of what the size that Jiffy bag was because they've squished it in. Okay then, let's look at the rear of the shirt. There we go. So it comes in this rather substantial Ziploc bag, it seems. And then on the front, oh, it also has the actual crest on it, I think. Anyway, so you probably can see who it is and where it's from right now. And you can't really see much of the shirt, so let's just get that open and see what's inside. Oh, there is a bit of paper in there, but it's not bothered. It seems quite premium so far, this experience. Right then, rear of the shirt. Well then, we have that very interesting design going on there. A design that I must admit, when I was looking at online, I had absolutely no idea quite what I was looking for. I thought I could see some vague human figures that are floating around. Looking at it closely, it seems like, look more like Mr. Burns when he was, radioactive in the Alien episode of The Simpsons. And there are also probably, I can only imagine, artifacts from this particular country. There's some of them are like Pokemon, to be honest. But that's very, very interesting. And there is a sponsor on the neck there. But let's get around to the front. We have some tags, of course, which actually, they do feel pretty substantial. No expenses spared, eh? So, and there's the front. So we've got the continuation of that design going on the front there. And then we have the sponsor, Sport Pizza, which I think you've seen on stuff like the Everton shirts and some other teams that are floating around, maybe in South Africa. We have the club crest, and then we have the manufacturer. And it seems like on the inside of the collar we have Yanga 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 Yanga, which I believe is the nickname of the club there. So I shall dress the mannequin and come back to you with information, because I suspect probably all of us will need a little bit more educating on this club, and then we'll see if there's anything else that we could entertain you with. Rightio then, there is the shirt, and the club is Young African Sport Club, and it's their home shirt from 2021-2022, and they come from the wonderful country of Tanzania, as it mentions on the crest. Tanzania. It's another country to the collection, and it's another African country to the collection. And they are based in Jangwani, which is in Dar es Salaam, which is in the largest city of the country, though not quite the capital city, that is Dodoma. And this one I bought from eBay, a place I don't really buy too frequently from. It cost me £29.98, and it was only because this was pointed out to me by a fellow collector of quite obscure and interesting shirts. He was like, hey, this guy's selling a load of these shirts from Tanzania, why don't you have a look? I had a look, and they were not in my size. They were selling them at large and I think possibly extra large. Now, sometimes sizing can be a little bit iffy, so I dropped them a message saying, can you confirm that it is indeed a large, or if it's maybe a UK medium, hoping fingers crossed. And no, it was a large. I go, so it's a shame. If it was a medium, you would have had a purchase there. And he came back to me saying, well, I do have one medium that I could sell. Then he says, okay, I'll sell it for you, and, well, here it is. And I had to verify, because obviously buying on eBay, for me personally, I don't really trust people too greatly. So I'm thinking, well, what are the odds of somebody selling fake Tanzanian shirts? Probably quite slim. I don't think there's that much of a market for it. So, looking at it, it looks like it's the real deal, to be honest. No, I don't really know what I'm comparing it against, but, that's the best I'm going to say. Now, the club itself, they were founded in 1935 and have won 28 league titles, which puts them as the most successful team in the country, which does, it makes sense. Usually when you get these random countries, it's always usually the shirt from the most popular and most successful club, because obviously they generally have the better infrastructure to be able to at least ship these shirts a little bit further afield from their natural country. And it's ahead of their city rivals, Simba. So it's more of a duopoly, this country, it seems. That there's two teams, Young Africans and Simba, who have dominated the league pretty much since it began, with a few other teams that have, I think, one each. So you have to go back, I think, all the way to like 1990s or something to figure out when the last team that wasn't from Dar es Salaam that won the league. And it was simply called Prisons FC, which I thought was interesting because I love these African countries where they have these weird names, where they have like the prison service, the police service, the army, and God knows what else. And I would love to have those in my collection because they're so unique. But as you can imagine, very, very difficult to find them in any condition, let alone brand new with tags. Now, last season, whilst wearing this shirt, they actually won the league, which is very, very nice. But what's even more impressive is they won it whilst being unbeaten. Didn't lose a single game. This season, they currently sit top of the league once again, having played 12 games at the time of recording, having won 10 and drawn 2, so they are still unbeaten. Now, the season prior to the previous one, they didn't actually win the league, but they only lost 2 games. So they are on some sort of unbeaten streak. Quite how much it is, I don't quite know, but it's certainly over a season's worth. That's very impressive regardless of whatever level you are playing at. Now, they have obviously played a lot of the African Champions Leagues by virtue of winning the league. You just get qualifications, although they've never really found themselves going past round 2. So it shows that in the sort of pecking order of African football, Tanzania probably a little bit further down than maybe they would hope. So you can be the best in that country, but compared to the rest of the continent, they still have a long way to go. With regards to the manufacturer, GSM. Now, it won't surprise you that I've never heard of them. And it seems like, as you can tell from the sponsor on the back, it looks like it's some sort of conglomerate or some sort of group which sort of branch out into various fields. GSM, I think they have like a retail store which sells also like trainers, training wear, and other football jerseys like Manchester City I saw Arsenal. And quite clearly they must have some in-house fabricators, manufacturers to produce shirts for local teams, such of course as Young Africans. And I think they also had a partnership with the sort of Tanzanian Premier League or whatever it's called, but they recently pulled out of that one. So they're obviously a very local company, and as I mentioned before, it seems high quality stuff. It's sometimes when you apply from certain places you can tell, because of course the amount of money that the fans have to spend generally isn't great, so they can't have these high value shirts that, like in England or wherever, sell for £70-80. They have to be very more cost effective. But it feels like they haven't really pulled that many punches when it comes to the design. You've got this wonderful collar design, which I love. The tags are really strong. The bag with this nice detailing. You've got this little ventilation running down the sides there. You've got this very intricate design, which from the small amount of information I had looked online with regards to the company, they try and take influence from like Tanzanian culture. And you can see what's going on the front there. They've been with this club for a few seasons now, and every single one of their shirts, there are some interesting and bespoke designs. So sometimes, again, you also just get very plain designs sometimes because it costs more money, I suspect, to plan and to design those specific intricacies. But they don't seem to be pulling many punches there. So I thought that was quite nice, and it's just a generally good quality. This is sort of transferred on with a very thin felt material, it seems, and that's embroidered, and that's embroidered. So I'm very, very pleased with this one. I really don't think I'm going to be getting any more from this country or from this manufacturer, but you never know. I wasn't intending to buy one, and then it just so happened to pop in my inbox. So I guess it's just one of those things. You never know what's going to appear. But that is pretty much it. What do you think? Shirt from Tanzania. Have you seen any of them before? I don't think there's going to be too many floating around. Maybe you were lucky enough to get one from the eBay. I don't know if there are still some for sale. Maybe I'll post a link if you want to follow it, because I do have some varying sizes, though don't expect to find medium, because I think I only took the final and only one. But that is it. Lovely shirt, lovely colour combination, green and yellow. Don't think I have too many of those. Anyway, have a great week ahead. We are going to be in December the next time I speak to you guys. How fast has this year gone? Which usually means Christmas is not that far away, and there are some shirt exchanges that may be occurring. So please, thank you as always for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.